All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night in the dusty recesses of their minds wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they may act on their dreams with open eyes to make them possible. This I did. T.E. Lawrence.
To Helen, by Edgar Allan Poe. Helen, thy beauty is to me like those Nicean barks of yore, that gently o'er a perfumed sea the weary wayworn wanderer bore to his own native shore. On desperate seas long wont to roam, thy hyacinth hair, thy classic face, thy Naiad airs have brought me home to the glory that was Greece and the grandeur that was Rome. Lo! in yon brilliant window niche, how statue-like I see thee stand, the agate lamp within thy hand. Ah, Psyche, from the regions which are Holy Land.
Nothing Gold Can Stay, by Robert Frost. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf. So Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day. Nothing gold can stay.
The Dream, by Pablo Neruda. Walking on the sands, I decided to leave you. I was treading a dark clay that trembled, and I, sinking and coming out, decided that you should come out of me, that you were weighing me down like a cutting stone, and I worked out your loss step by step, to cut off your roots, to release you alone into the wind. Ah, in that minute, my dear, a dream with its terrible wings was covering you. You felt yourself swallowed by the clay, and you called to me, and I did not come. You were going, motionless, without defending yourself, until you were smothered in the quicksand. Afterwards, my decision encountered your dream, and from the rupture that was breaking our hearts, we came forth clean again, naked, loving each other, without dream, without sand, complete and radiant, sealed by fire. Annabel Lee, by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. She was a child, and I was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling my Annabel Lee, so that our high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of a cloud, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I see the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lay down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the side of the sea. A Dream, by Edgar Allan Poe. In visions of the dark night I have dreamed of joy departed, but a waking dream of life and light hath left me broken-hearted. Ah, what is not a dream by day to him whose eyes are cast on things around him with a ray turned back upon the past? That holy dream, while all the world were chiding, hath cheered me as a lovely beam, a lonely spirit guiding. What though that light through storm and night so trembled from afar? What could there be more purely bright in truth's day star?
Hymn to Beauty by Charles Baudelaire. O beauty, do you visit from the sky or the abyss? Infernal and divine, your gaze bestows both kindnesses and crimes. So it is said you act on us like wine. Your eye contains the evening and the dawn. You pour out odors like an evening storm. Your kiss is potion from an ancient jar that can make heroes cold and children warm. Are you of heaven or the netherworld? Charmed destiny, your pet, attends your walk. You scatter joys and sorrows at your whim, and govern all, and answer no man's call. Beauty, you walk on corpses, mocking them. Horror is charming as your other gems, and murder is a trinket dancing there, lovingly, on your naked belly's skin. You are a candle where the mayfly dies in flames, blessing this fire's deadly bloom. The panting lover, bending to his love, looks like a dying man who strokes his tomb. What difference, then, from heaven or from hell, O beauty, monstrous in simplicity, if I, smile, step, can open me the way to find unknown, sublime infinity? Angel or siren, spirit, I don't care, as long as velvet eyes and perfumed head and glimmering motions, O my queen, can make the world less dreadful and the time less dead. Do not stand at my grave and weep, by Mary Elizabeth Fry. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glint on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circling flight. I am the soft starshine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there, I did not die. Do not go gentle into that good night, by Dylan Thomas. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight, and learned too late they grieved it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. grave men, near death, who see with blinding sight. Blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Down by the Sally Gardens by W.B. Yeats. Down by the Sally Gardens my love and I did meet. She passed the Sally Gardens with little snow-white feet. She bid me take love easy, as the leaves grow on the tree. But I, being young and foolish, with her would not agree. In a field by the river my love and I did stand, and on my leaning shoulder she laid her snow-white hand. She bid me take life easy, as the grass grows on the weirs. But I was young and foolish, and now am full of tears.
Madeline by Ludwig Bemelmans. In an old house in Paris that was covered with vines lived 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. In 2 straight lines they broke their bread, and brushed their teeth, and went to bed. They smiled at the good, and frowned at the bad, and sometimes they were very sad. They left the house at 9:30, in 2 straight lines, in rain or shine. The smallest one was Madeline. She was not afraid of mice. She loved winter, snow, and ice. To the tiger in the zoo, Madeline just said, "Pooh-pooh," and nobody knew so well how to frighten Miss Clavell. In the middle of one night, Miss Clavell turned on the light, and said, "Something is not right." Little Madeline sat in bed, cried and cried, her eyes were red. And soon after, Dr. Cone came. He rushed out to the phone, and he dialed Danton 10-6. "Nurse," he said, "it's an appendix." Everybody had to cry. Not a single eye was dry. Madeline was in his arm, in a blanket, safe and warm. In a car with a red light, they drove out into the night. Madeline woke up 2 hours later in a room with flowers. Outside were birds, trees, and sky, and so 10 days passed quickly by. One nice morning, Miss Clavell said, "Isn't this a fine day to visit Madeline?" "Visitors from 2 to 4, read a sign outside her door, tiptoeing with solemn face, with some flowers and a vase. In they walked, and then said, "Ah!" when they saw the toys and candy and the dollhouse from Papa. But the biggest surprise by far, on her stomach was a scar. "Goodbye," they said, "we'll come again." And the little girls left in the rain. They went home and broke their bread, brushed their teeth, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, Miss Clavell turned on her light, and said, "Something is not right." And afraid of disaster, Miss Clavell ran fast and faster, and she said, "Please, children, do tell me what is troubling you." And all the little girls cried, "Boo-hoo! We want to have our appendix out too." "Good night, little girls. Thank the Lord you are well. And now go to sleep," said Miss Clavell. And she turned out the light and closed the door. And that's all there is. There isn't any more.